Hey, my mates. I hope you had a good weekend. Let me know if you played and how things are feeling. All right, where the game is at. So we're gonna sort of keep that idea of neatening up. Obviously, the setup, getting rid of any moving parts, changes in posture, the right leg, etc., etc. But we're going to really start working on, and obviously the idea of that circle working around your body, excellent, right? But we're really going to start working on this part here of trying to get this downswing circle online. Okay, so I just want you to check a couple of videos here quickly. Right, so what I want you to see from those videos, and this is, it is higher level, whatever, okay, but it's time for us to touch on it anyway. But I've spoken in length with you about the golf swing being a circle, but it is actually two slightly different circles, all right? And essentially that is because the backswing happens on the right leg and the downswing happens around the left leg. So we've got these two pivot points, so we've got these two circles, all right? But especially in the beginning, it must sort of be done naturally, okay, or as naturally as possible, and then we start tweaking it as we go. So a good sign that already month 2, and we're starting to tweak it a little bit, okay? So your downswing circle, okay, is a little bit this way. Hence the fades with the driver, a little bit of dispersion in terms of if the face is square, the ball goes left. If the face is open, the ball curves off to the right. So we just want to try and move, and it's also partly why we were doing double knee flex drill. Okay, so we want this downswing circle to be sort of a little bit deeper, a little bit flatter. So for you, it's a little bit timing, a little bit of knowledge, okay, but it's a little bit of the shoulder opening a little bit earlier. And remember, the main circle is made by the club head, and the club head is coming out that way. Now I'm exaggerating, okay, but that's sort of the idea we're looking at, all right? So we're going to leave the shoulders for now and just see how they go naturally. Okay, we're just going to work a little bit on this club head. Okay, the tricky part with this is kind of learning the timing, whatever, but I find the bigger thing is to work out how do I get this club head to now move on a different angle, but still go all the way around with my body and back to the ball. So that's just kind of what you got to get your head around. So the club head's not coming this way back to the ball anymore. Okay, it's now, I'm exaggerating, it's now coming around that way. And you just got to figure out where the club head is as you have all these moving parts. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of drills and obviously try and take some videos for me. And then we'll see if you're getting the idea and the feel, and then we'll start to add the speed as we go. Okay, so the first drill is kind of more of a, like I say, just a little bit of a feel. Okay, so we're going to do this, and this is really important, especially for in the upcoming weeks. Okay, we're going to do this at 30% speed. So full golf swing. Okay, nice, beautiful circle, 30% speed. So very, very slowly. Okay, but you're still going to hit the ball, and you're still going to make your full movements. All right, and what we're trying to do is, okay, obviously got your little thing here. There we go. We make our circle. Now, what we're trying to do from here is still shift some weight, but try and feel the club head coming that way, down and around, back to the golf ball, all the way through. Okay, so full circle, full follow through, literally at that speed. Okay, and obviously I'd like to see some photos at that speed. Okay, and then at that speed, how close are you to doing it? If you slow my one, well, you don't have to slow my one down. If you rewind and have a look, that one's exaggerated. So that circle that I've just shown you there would actually be too flat. Okay, so it would be too much this way. Okay, but at really slow speeds, I still managed to get the club face back to the ball, find the middle of the club, and hit a shot. Okay, so 30% speed. Okay, once again, that was middle of the face, full range of motion, but it was too flat. try to make a point. Okay, if you go too flat, great, then we know where to go or where to feel. Okay, but the hard part is figuring out how to get the club to move at a different circle at a different time around my body and back to the golf ball. Okay, so just do them like that, send me some videos, take it from there. Okay, and then the second one we're going to do, okay, it's kind of call this push draw. It's a kind of learning to push for us. I just want to know or start to understand things at a different level. Okay, so when we get the circle correct, or when we swing nicely, okay, correct swing path on the circle, okay, is in, square, in. Even if you translate that to 2 dimensions, it's an arc. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so obviously when you get offline here, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to swing what we call out to in. Okay, that being outside, this being inside. Okay, so because I want you to know it, even though it's incorrect, okay, I want you to know it, it's just a drill. I want to see if you can swing your circle in to out. Okay, now obviously at first when you're doing these, do it quite close to your net. Okay, because if you miss it, you don't want balls bouncing on off the walls and shit like that. Okay, so do it quite close. Okay, but I want to see if you can manipulate your body a little bit and swing a little bit in to out. Okay, and still obviously make good contact with the ball. So, nice setup, make your circle. Okay, so that was too far in to out. Again, even though I've hit it nicely and stuff like that. Okay, and that's what I want you to learn. You can see I did that quite slowly, maybe 50 or 60%. Okay, but you can do it however you want. And definitely do some with the driver, also slowly. Okay, also with the new club head at 30%, and then little into out or little push draw. So we're trying to make a circle, but we're trying to intercept the ball somewhere there on the circle. Okay, so we've got to manipulate our arms and our body a little bit. Okay, and swing a little bit into out. So you get that big draw. So at first, if you do this like on the range or something like that, first you're going to get big pushes. And then eventually, as you figure out where the club head is or the club head closes or squares, then they're going to start sort of drawing back. Okay. Now, when that happens, that's exciting, but that's not how we play the game. Okay, because then your dispersion pattern just goes the other way around. Okay, you hit some great looking shots, but you also hit some way right and you also hit some little ducks left. Instead of pulls and fades or slices, then you start hitting pushes and hooks. Okay, so that doesn't really help us anyway. But we're just trying to see if you can figure out the difference. Okay, so that when we get to what we want to do, which is obviously like those videos, nice circle. Okay, little drop onto a new plane, new circle, in, square, in, all in sync with the body, all at high speeds. That's kind of what we're trying to do. Okay, that's step by step where we're headed. All right, but just show me if you can learn to swing this club head at very slow speeds on a flatter circle, and then show me if you can manipulate your body and swing into out. Okay, so that I can show you and we can slowly figure out what is the sweet spot. Okay, so a lot of the moving the club onto the new circle comes from timing, from weight shift, and from sequencing, from using your legs and resisting in your shoulders. Okay, so that stuff you have already. So now we just have to sort of learn how to go onto that new plane and then make the new circle. Okay, because it's not, you kind of have to learn it deliberate, as in 1, 2, 3. So circle, drop, circle. But most people, you want it to happen sort of gradually and smoothly and just automatically. Okay, but if you want that to happen, you got to work on it. Then it'll become automatic later on. Okay, so first thing, figuring out the club head, 30%. Figuring out the club head on a much flatter circle around your body, back to the golf ball. Full follow through, and then a little bit of manipulated push draw. Okay, can you swing into out when you need to? Okay, and then obviously some normal ones as well in between. All right, so get to work with that. Send me some videos. Okay, and then also just let me know how you have played, and also I just need to know how the short game has been and how the putting has been. Okay, right, that's a little bit of work for the next few days. We will chat. Thank you, my mate. Talk to you soon.